Hey everybody, good evening, and welcome to the Stir Fry Show on 88.7 KIGC The Kitchen. I'm your host, Amanda DeVore, and across from me are my co-hosts,
Lydia,
Jeremy,
and it's going to be a great show tonight. We're going to be discussing the kind of middle part of a Battle on Trost. Just to kind of explain a little bit, Battle on Trost is a really long segment in Attack on Titan, and so we broke it into three. So we basically broke it into 3 episodes each because there's 9, and now we're doing episodes 4 through 6 in that little segment. So a lot of stuff happens with this segment, including one of our favorite moments, which is Kick the Baby, affectionately known as Kick the Baby. But anyway, a lot of stuff happens. We figure out who the Eren Titan is. Of course, it's Eren. We already gave that away. But we also find out kind of how he came to be this Titan and how that all works. To start off, we see him battle, and Armin and Mikasa and Connie kind of decide as a group they're going to kind of use him and get to the building where everybody's trapped and everybody needs their air refilled. So they lead him in that direction by getting rid of the Titans around him so that he, on instinct, goes towards that building, wipes them all out, continues to fight. Then they come up with a strategy inside to wipe out everybody using shotguns that were old and dusty. And they get rid of the Titans inside the building. And then everybody can get air and everybody's safe. But everybody goes back outside, and Eren Titan isn't doing so well, and he kind of gets eaten up. And as soon as he kind of clears everything, he's exhausted, so he collapses, and we find out, boom, it's Eren. You know, he kind of just wakes up like a majestic Disney princess, and
covered in blood,
covered in all sorts of gunk, and Mikasa runs down, and she's crying because she thought he was dead, and you know, I'd probably cry too. But then everything goes south, and everybody kind of doesn't know what to think of Eren, and so they're like, is he dangerous? Is he human? Is he Titan? Will he kill us? Bunch of stuff. So they have like all their weapons trained on him in this court, in this kind of courtyard setting. And he has to defend his friends by turning into kind of a half Titan, like, because they shoot the cannon at him. So he protects them by using his body literally. And then in like a 20-minute segment of smoke, they decide what to do. They send Armin out. He tries to convince the troops to see that Eren is more of an asset to humanity, and that he should be used as such. But the commander in charge is a coward and doesn't want to believe that. But luckily, General Pixis steps in and saves them from being shot. And then he has a conversation with them and says, you need to use your Titan powers to fill up the wall. I'm sure we can make this into kind of a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer spin-off song somehow, if we really think about it, but we didn't have time for this show. So that's what I had for brief overview. Is there anything you guys want to add that I might have missed?
I don't think so. I think you got everything.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I think you got everything.
Okay. Well, let's jump right into favorite moment. In this little 3-episode span, what was your guys' favorite moment?
My favorite moment was when Eren as a Titan is fighting, and you see him like punting little Titans across, like he's fighting, and he just goes up to this tiny little Titan in comparison to him, and he literally takes his foot, boom, all the way. It was great.
It was Kick the Baby.
It was Kick the Baby. That happened a lot. Like I just really like the action sequences where the Eren Titan is fighting, because he is so completely enraged, and it's really just so cool, because you've been seeing, after all these episodes and episodes and episodes of people getting eaten in despair, and everyone is like crying because everyone's dying, and then Eren finally gets his revenge, and he gets to smack them in the face with his fists, and it's really cool.
Yes. Well, Jeremy, what was your favorite moment from?
I would say my favorite moment was when Aaron created like the rib cage protection thing around them. I just thought that was so cool.
Yeah, that was. I wonder if it was only like a partial rib cage because he like got shot at, or if it was just because he was so exhausted that he couldn't form any more than that. But that was pretty cool. And Kick the Baby, always hilarious. I would have to say my favorite moment is when we get a glimpse at the Survey Corps. And part of the overview that I didn't really go into is we kind of find out why they get flooded so heavily with Titan, like Titan massacres, basically, because the Survey Corps went out on a mission that day and they came back too late to help. And we get to see them like kind of go out in a flashback. And I just think they're really cool. Like they've all got their own little personalities, but especially like Hanj and Levi, they're like the coolest ones. They're the coolest characters so far in the Survey Corps. And I really like them both for different reasons. So being a fan of the Survey Corps, that was my favorite moment. Let's move right along to goriest moment without being too gross. We're going to say our favorite moment of Titan carnage or human carnage. I don't know, of the evening. So let's start with Jeremy on this one.
Can you come back to me? I'm kind of
sure.
Reflecting, thinking.
Sure. Lydia, do you have
a goriest moment?
Yes.
Probably the goriest moment was definitely when they did a flashback and showed how Aaron turned into a Titan, like his initial like thing. He is literally inside the stomach of a Titan, and it is so disgusting because it's like this acid pool, and it's already gross because it's someone's stomach, but it's full of like half-eaten people, and he sees someone that he used to know, like someone he trained with, and he's just like sitting in the pool of acid, and she stares back at him like with a dead face, and that was freaky. He's missing an arm and a leg, and he just has this moment where he's just like, no, and then like
it wasn't supposed to end like this.
Like I can't do, I gotta fight, I gotta get revenge, like people believe in me, and he has this epic moment, and it's also really disgusting because he's covered in nasty crap, and then on his moment of transformation, he bursts apart out of the Titan, like when he transforms into a bigger Titan.
Like a beautiful butterfly.
It like in the most disgusting way.
Out of the Santa
Claus. The most beautifully
Titan.
disgusting way possible. He just explodes the bearded Titan. So Santa Claus Titan is no more, and on is the reign of the Aaron Titan.
Yes.
And then he just goes on this battle, and it's cool.
Very cool. Yes, that was definitely probably the best gory moment of the day. Do you need a little bit more time, Jeremy? I can share mine.
I'm thinking of the other gory moment that I can really think of. That is when the Titans, when they're getting the air and they like attack from like the
yeah.
And they attacked from the elevator.
The shaft thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll call it the shaft thingy.
Yeah, because didn't they like shoot their eyes?
Yeah, they shot their eyes and then they killed the Titan.
Oh man, that was a crazy moment. Mine's when the Survey Corps guy basically turned into a pacifier for one of the Titans. That was kind of gross, and he was like, he was swearing that like Levi would kill them all and blah blah blah, and he like tried to fight back, and then that was the wrong move because then kind of ended badly for that guy. Anyway, moving right along. How about character highlights? Did you guys have kind of a favorite character you wanted to talk about in this segment?
They did introduce Pixis, like General Pixis. He's pretty cool. I wanted to talk about Armin though, because Armin kind of are you going to talk about that, Jeremy?
I was going to talk about that.
Okay.
Jeremy likes Armin, so
yeah, you can go ahead and tell about that. I can tell about something else if you want. That's your favorite moment.
Just the character build on Armin and like how much he would do for his friends to put his own life on the line, when they were about ready to shoot at them, just run out there and like, I'm in the corpse and I'm gonna stand up for my friends. He's gonna help us. But yeah, that was a pretty.
He does this like magnificent salute.
Yes.
Like where they like put their one arm over their heart and the other hand like behind them, like as a symbol of like they give their life for whatever they're doing. And it's just like he just stands super straight and like the cannon is pointed straight at him and he's like yelling and he's crying and it's magnificent.
He's like fully expecting to die at that moment.
Yeah, he's expecting to die.
But luckily Pixies comes in. And
yeah, I like Pixis. He's cool. I just like him because he's just different from all the other people who take everything so seriously. Like he's a lot more lighthearted, nonchalant about everything. And I always thought that was funny. And he's also a smart character. Like when they go back to strategize to take back the wall, so that way they take back Trost. So he talks to Aaron because he thinks Aaron is also an asset, unlike everyone else who seems to think he is this crazy monster.
Yeah.
And he decides to use him as like a weapon. Yeah,
and see, he's like Pixies is like the only older commander that seems to have his head on straight in this this whole episode, because the other guy is just like nuts. He goes and hides first of all, so we know that he's not going to be one of those leaders that's on the front lines with his soldiers, and he just acts really cowardly. He doesn't see reason, he doesn't see anything. Even when the other soldiers around him were like, maybe we should hear him out, he's like, no, we have to get rid of him right now. And well, that so I'm glad he came along. I would have been a really bad storyline if he wouldn't have come along.
I was
so
like, don't do it. Don't kill Aaron.
No, don't kill Armin.
Don't kill Armin. Don't kill Aaron.
Don't
kill
do
any
it.
of them.
Oh man, yeah. So, well, my character highlight. Those were very good. Like, I really liked the fact that we touched base on Armin, because he has grown up so much, and like, I really like how he's developing as a character, because in the beginning he didn't see his worth, and this is really like a revelation for him, because he says to himself he's been selling himself short, but his friends see something in him, so he's not just a burden, and that's his big thing with this. So that's really good that we pointed out those two. I'm going to be a little bit of a lame-o and go for the Survey Corps that we just got to meet. Levi, we learn a lot about them in just like probably the couple minutes that they're on screen. And it's funny because Levi is a huge clean freak, and he's on his horse beside Hanj, who's also a very interesting character, so I'm going to kind of try to do too. Hanj is like this character that they portray as female in the show, but in the manga it's really hard to tell if she's female or male. But she is just super eccentric about these Titans, like, oh, maybe we'll see a cool one today. Everybody else is terrified, but she's like the one that's gonna go up and like pet them and give them names or something, and so she's pretty funny. And I guess I can relate to her because I'm that way with reptiles. Like, nobody or very few people like reptiles, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. So that's how I kind of relate to her. Very scary things, and she's seeing the light in it. So very cool. Levi is very funny because he's a super serious, just really driven guy, and he's really good at taking out the Titans, but he's a clean freak. So you see him and he's like doing his thing, and he sits on a rooftop, and then he like looks at his hand and his sword. He's like, ugh, gross, wipes it off.
Yeah.
So he's pretty cool.
Yeah. Doesn't he have like a moment where like one of his colleagues die, or like he gets hurt by one of the Titans, and to show visually like how much Levi cares about his fellow colleagues and how much like he trusts them and how like close they are, is that his colleague had blood and guts all over his hand, and Levi, like, he asks the guy asks Levi, he's like, are we gonna win? Are we gonna beat the Titans? And then did I do something good? Did I use my life wisely? And he's like, yes, you did. And he grabs his hand, is like shakes it while he's like dying.
Yeah.
And it was really cool.
It says a lot about his character.
Mm-hmm.
He's not just a clean freak. He's a good commander. Like, he's not, I don't think he's the commander, but he's a good leader in that squad.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think the commander's name is, that's Erwin.
Erwin, yeah.
But he's, there's still good leadership there. It takes all types. So I thought that was pretty cool. I wanted to open it up for discussion for us. Do you guys have anything that you would like to talk about for this segment?
I'm trying to think.
It's okay if you don't. We can.
I can't think of anything that we haven't covered already.
Jeremy, you good?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I can't think of much more than that.
Okay.
It's a lot of good stuff coming up, though.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the next section should prove interesting. It's the final part of Battle of Trost, and it'll be 3 episodes. And since we don't really have anything for this kind of open time, I'll go ahead and tease that next session. I guess we find out what happens in the Battle of Trost.
Yes.
That was the best way I could tease that. Anyway, be sure to tune in Thursday, October 1st at 6 p.m. and hear more about the amazing Battle of Trost. We'll be finishing that section up. As always, look on our Facebook page. It's just the Stir Fry. If you type it into the little search engine, give us a like. We'll try to post the sound from our podcast on there. Otherwise, we also have a Twitter. It's the Stir Fry Radio is the Twitter handle. Go ahead and follow us on there too. We hope that you tune in with us next week, Thursday, at 6 p.m. And for the time being, this has been Amanda.
Lydia.
Jeremy.
For the Stir Fry Show. Have a good night, everybody. Here's the kitchen again, 88.7 KIGC.